This is DMG and welcome to World Building Wednesday. And this video is all about security. How to progress in your world building with your town and your hamlet, thinking about security. So thank you to the patrons on Patreon to help make this video possible. You can click the bell next to the subscribe button to receive notifications of when these come out. We've talked about, in the previous video, resources. So a variety of different resources, that the reason why this town actually exists. Another primary concern is when you have established a village or a hamlet or a town or a metropolis around certain resources, one has to consider how are these resources secured, do they need to be secured, and is this area itself being protected for some reason. Now obviously security starts with limited access. So if you have a hamlet or a town that's deep in the mountains in a mountainous pass and there's only one way in and it's a narrow 5-foot wide track, you have less of a security problem than if you're in the middle of the plains and you're sitting on a gold mine where there's, several miles in every direction and you've got hills that surround you, so there's a lot of higher ground. That makes a different security option. How will these people protect their assets, which is the resource? So if they're farmers and they're farming wheat, you're not going to have lots of people coming in and stealing wheat, but they may be stealing the wheat once it's already been threshed and it's been processed. But wherever you're processing or doing in this town, that needs to be secured, because they're more likely to want to steal the end product than the components of said product. So in a medieval perspective, the first thing you would do is build a wall. Let's build a wall around it. Let's make this town great again. Walls come in many different shapes, forms. It can be a fence, it can be a palisade, it can be a cheval de frise, or simply thorny bushes that surround the town. It can also be a moat. They get a river that goes right around the town. They've dug out proper channels or canals around the outside of the town, making it difficult for people to just get in the first place, because they would then have to cross this running water. Security also then brings you to what kind of enemies may there be. You can begin to think about and list what kind of natural enemies, political enemies, religious enemies, whatever kind of enemies, this can also influence the security. So we're reverse engineering the foes or the opponents by thinking about the security options first. So in an agrarian town or village is less likely to have any kind of security because they're a primary resource, that fish or wheat or whatever. That's not really going to be something that there's going to be hordes of people coming in to steal that stuff. But if it's going to be mines, coal mines, gold mines, oil pumps, whatever, trinium or electrum or Illyrium 115, these are things that need to be heavily protected because of their value. Likewise, if the resource is something that is processed, so for instance, if this is a town that is responsible for manufacturing guns, for instance, guns are a highly portable and highly sought after commodity. Likewise, if this is the town where experts make crossbows for the realm, very important that you'd want to protect these, because you don't want just any Tom, Dick and Harry coming in and stealing all the crossbows, or wiping out the people who know how to make the stuff, which is another concern. And as we go on in future videos, we'll start to talk about manufacturing, and we'll also talk about storage and how politics and things will grow out of this. But you've got now your physical security, which of course physical security is one layer of security. On top of that, you then have mercenaries, town guards, royal guards, armies, adventurers, monsters that patrol, guard dogs, defense nets, Star Wars missile things. These are the kind of mechanical, organic, and other humanoids types things that are added on top of the physical security layer. That will really come out of a lot of the different types of manufacturing and political and social structure of the town. So really the main thing you need to focus on is the physical security aspect of it. Is there a town gate? Because there's a wall. You can't have a town gate if there's no wall. It's just why? Why would you have a gate in the middle of nowhere? That was World Building Wednesday. So that was World Building Wednesday. I'm the DMG. Thank you for joining me. If you like this one, click the like button.